Pandas, 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 brothers and Atlanta to don't need and panda. Pandas, welcome to my stream. I'm Bye Money. Thanks for joining, guys. We just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. If you guys are wondering what we do in the pre-market show, we go over all my off-stream trades and we go over all my account balances. And so it's for those people who want to follow my journey a little more closely, and because of that, they want to join the pre-market show. And in order to get access to the pre-market show, you can become a panda. If you're just joining, drop a GM in the chat. Also, make sure you scalp that like button. Tony P35. I think I'm the only person on YouTube who actually shows you all my accounts. It is behind a paywall, small teeny paywall, and but the paywall is, I just imagine that's like you guys are buying me a cup of coffee once a month, and I really do appreciate that. Me and Mrs. Panda really do appreciate that, and so, but if you guys want to follow a little more closely, I give an opportunity, for anyone who wants to see, how much money I make off trading. You guys can join the pre-market show. At least it's available and it's an option. I don't know any other streamer. I don't know any other content creator who does this, especially with futures. And so there might be one or two, but Tony P35, ELM, Kevin Mack, good morning, guys. Tyler Malema, good morning from Southwest Minnesota. CJ, good morning from Michigan. DA Social, Maria G, good morning, guys. From Spain, hola. David B, good morning. Irazandi, Richard Harris, good morning, guys. Bernadette, good morning. Frank Angelo, good morning. Welcome. If you guys are wondering what do I have down here on my stream or my charts, this is an indicator you can get for free, and it's for those who it might appeal to a very small amount of people, but for those who want it, you might really want it. And basically, it's a indicator that tells you how quickly these bars form. And so what we have here is a timer for the bars forming. It's absolutely for free. It's available for free at www.twoleggedpullback.com. But for anyone who wants an indicator that tells you how quickly the bars on a tick chart are formed, this is available for you. So it's a free gift for you guys. And again, yeah, I'm going to keep it on the charts just to let you guys know it's for free and you guys can use it, because some people might be looking for a indicator like this, and so it's available for you guys. For instance, there was a nice trade that I did off of here, and this was yesterday's, and so yesterday we hit the previous day's low, and then I was wondering, are we going to break through it and continue this downtrend? Or are we going to create a double bottom, right? A higher low double bottom. I was wondering what's going to happen. And if it's a double bottom, then this could be a very good entry. Very little risk, but very good entry, a very good reward. And so I was wondering, should I enter this trade? And I ended up taking a nice trade off of this bounce. And notice here that as we bounce off a major support, right, double bottom, we create 1, 2, 3 bars, and there's very strong bull bars. Actually, we create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We create 9 bull bars in a row. But we can see we create 1, 2, 3 bull bars, all ending near their high or on their high. And you can see the indicator, each bar is developing faster. And so you have larger bars, stronger bull bars being created in succession. But at the same time, the amount of time it takes for the bars to develop is getting lower. It's quicker. It's faster. Each bar is being developed quicker. And so you can see that there is definitely conviction when it comes off a bounce off of support off a double bottom. And so I was able to use that to my advantage yesterday and took a nice trade here. And honestly, if you can just find 1 or 2 trades a day, that's all you really need to make a very good living when it comes to Apex. If you Apex, you can make $100 to $200 a day, and you can make basically $500,000, $1 million a year. It's crazy with the math. If you have Apex, if you have multiple accounts and you're using Trade Copier, you really can become a millionaire with 2 or 3 trades a day with very little risk to you and your own personal capital. It's absolutely insane. But so I'm content with trades like this, just high probable trades, and that's just like one example how I used it yesterday. But it's just I don't know I don't know if that's true. In my mind it makes sense, right? If these candles form very quickly and they're very strong and they're coming off of support, kind of makes it feel like and we're above. As long as the price action matches as well, that's what's most important to me is price action. But if you also have like some little thing like where you see how quickly the candles are developing, that could also be helpful. So, and it's just absolutely for free, and I gain nothing from this. I just it's just a gift to you guys if you guys are interested. And ultimately you can just be like, this is kind of useless, or you can try it out. But that is your prerogative, but it's just available for you guys. It kind of makes sense, right? Like if you have a time indicator like the 5-minute chart, you want to know how much volume is in each candle. This is like the opposite. So we're the inverse. We're trading the volume with the tick charts, but we want to see how fast each candle is developed. So it's kind of like I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of the same idea. You can see conviction. What are things that happen today? The daily chart is in this channel, and I'm basically using the tops here, the pivots, and they're matching pretty well. So I feel like the bottom channel line should be accurate as well, because there's a couple hits on them. It did break beneath it, but basically using these earlier pivots to capture as many points as possible. Guess I could kind of do this, but I feel like this is probably a little bit better. I don't know, but we're basically hitting it, and as this channel develops, we'll get a more accurate channel. But I feel like we could be at a support level here, and with 2 legs down, we can come back to the 20 MA anytime. Plus, trading range indicator still within its gravitational pull. Don't know what's gonna happen here. Market just opened. So with that being said, I'm in this channel right now, and we'll see what happens here. Within this channel, we'll probably detect more trends. We have a break of trend, possibly looking for a new low, the lower high, second entry short. So this trade here, this trap trade, is not a good place to enter because we have the first break, multiple bear bars, looking for a new low, or at least a test of the low here. So you're not looking for a long trade. Now you're getting a double bottom of some sort, right? We're getting a test here, getting a double bottom of some sort. Coming to the bottom of this channel, and I'm just using these couple pivot hits, 1, 2, 3 hits here, trying to get an accurate support here if possible. I think we have possible major trend reversal here. Strong push down. Test of new low. Bouncing off a type of support here, which is important. It's stronger. It's bouncing off support. Also, trading range indicator giving us possible trading range here. If we break above the 20 MA, we get too leggy. Basically, fails like it's short is what I'm looking for at this point. Thinking we could possibly continue to go up today. We could have a strong bull trend day today, especially if we break above the previous day's high. That means on the daily chart, we basically would trigger a second entry long here, coming off of support. 2 pushes down, right after a break of trend to new low. We could have a strong push up. Right now, my setup on this chart is looking for a fail second entry short, and you know, we're technically only up. We only have one leg up so far, technically. Optically, you can see it like this. This being some sort of two-legged move already. Clearly pushing above 20 MA. Basically, I want to fail second entry short, but it's getting a little tricky because some traders may have treated this like 2 pushes up. This is an optical two-legged pullback. It's a hidden second entry. And we're going to strong push up, so no entries for me. And we're bouncing off the bottom of the channel that I drew, that I mentioned. 1, 2, 3 hits, so decide to make a line off of it. This could be debatable. I can maybe adjust this to match more of these hits here. I don't know. It's just kind of hard to say how this channel looks like. We can say we have an overshoot. Just unsure. Unsure. Still may be interested in a failed second entry short here. I'm thinking maybe strong bull trend day today, possibly. Or just another trading range day, which is kind of annoying. Big push up, it's a higher low, second entry. So some people, right, treated this like a two-legged pullback. And now then when we got the one, you know, pullback here, this is a trap trade for some traders. They took this as a trap. So my setup never came to me. Also, pandas, let me get a chart check from you guys. Are our charts looking similar? We could actually have a fail second entry short up here, a little too far away from 20 MA for me, for my taste. It does look very bullish though, so could be a possible good long to take. Signal bar is not the best, and we're floating in the middle of nowhere. We're far away from 20 MA. We could be using this trend line, but then we have these pivots, right? This pivot high can act as a resistance. Every pivot can act as a resistance, to be honest. And so you gotta be careful. You know, for me, I feel more comfortable. There's enough room from the entry to the previous pivot. Ends up giving you a nice scalp there. Strong move up. All right. Yeah, we're getting some good volume. I mean, these candles are forming very quick. A couple seconds each. If you look at the 5-minute chart, the first candle on the 5-minute chart, strong bull bar ending near its high. You see there's a large gap from the previous day's close to the open. That's because the 5-minute chart, I only chart the regular trading hours. So it closes at 4, opens at 9:30. So oftentimes you'll see these gaps, and these gaps do fill sometimes. 10,000 tick chart. Any information here above the 20 MA? We could draw a similar channel to what I have on the 2,000 tick. Pull that back to the 20 MA. Am I looking for a second entry long? I feel like second entry long makes sense here. I feel like it's a strong bull trend, and it's so strong that the first entries are all you're getting. You're getting scalps on the first entries. You know, they're not even waiting for second entries. They're just coming in with the first entries. And as we break this previous pivot high, the counts reset. So we come back to 1 here. So we need 2 pullbacks, basically, for a 2-legged pullback. Hopefully that makes sense. But only 1 pullback, and then it pushes up. So we wanted a 2-legged pullback there, but couldn't get it. These are all first entries, so no entries for me. Pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Do appreciate you guys all joining here. No entries for me. Even though it seems very obvious we're going up, just no entries. I still want a good setup here to enter in. The nice thing about setups is that it's very clear your stop loss and your target. And if I just enter long here, it's kind of like it's hard to, it's kind of hard to calculate a good stop loss. You need a wide stop if you're going to go long anywhere here. If you just keep buying the close, you need a wide stop, thinking that whatever pullback there is going to be small. You have to be ready to scale in. But you can enter basically anywhere here and most likely make money sooner or later. You might start sweating, like maybe your stop loss will be under this pivot low. Could be possible. The market could go beneath this pivot low, but continue to go up afterwards, start creating trading range. If we break the previous day's high, we could have a nice strong bull trend day today. Turtle toes is okay. I'm still flat, so. This isn't making a strong bull trend day. If you look at the 5-minute chart, just strong bull bars ending near their highs with a big gap. I mean, this is potential very strong bull trend day today. We might try to fill this gap here. It's been a long time coming. This level is $37.71.25. I want to mark that. 37, 37, 71, 25. I want to mark that on the 2K chart. I figured that would be a nice target to hit far away, so we still have a lot of room for entries here to get to that level. Continue to have only first entries, and now we're in a difficult spot because we want a second entry long, but we're hitting the previous day's high. We do break above it by, you know, 2-3 points, which to me is enough to have a strong bull trend still to come out of this. But you know, at this point, do I want a, you know, after a break of trend to new high, do I really want to go long here? I mean, we're clearly above the 20 EMA. It's very strong move up, so you know, you could take a chance to take a second entry long here, but just know that there's a risk of a reversal coming off a resistance area with a break of trend to new high. Just know that that's there, and you can, you know, make a decision off of that. But it's good to know, you know, so you know your risk here. Yep. Chris says second entry long is activated on the daily chart. And you can see here the dark green one now. As we broke the previous day's high, we are basically, is this a measured move? Almost. Didn't quite get there. Interesting. When we miss a measured move like this, it could reverse very strongly. And we can come back to the top of the trading range. I mean, the trading range indicator is there for a reason, and giving us a wide range. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come back way into this trading range. There is a large gap here on the daily chart also, by the way. Aye. We only have one leg down still. Actually, no, sorry. Let me, second entry long, coming off the 20 EMA here. Strong bear bars coming off of resistance. Ooh. Yeah, it's hard to go long here. 20 EMA starting to curl downwards. And terrible signal bar coming off of resistance, the break of trend new high. You're almost looking for a trap here. The only long I'll take is a failed trap or higher low second entry long. And the reason why I want the higher low second entry long because we already have break of trend to new high. So I'm thinking we're going beneath the 20 EMA strong bear bars coming off of resistance. This is a lot of things pointing out that this could be a reversal. But at the same time, I'm looking at the 5-minute chart and realizing, you know, we have a strong bull move here, and we're at the previous day's high basically, and we can bounce off here. It could be a double top of some sort, but a strong bull move like this with multiple, you know, with a bull bar with follow through. So I would skip this trap personally, but I would understand if you want to take this trap. I just feel like we have a strong bull trend day today, and trading this trap would be counter to what I think is going to happen. I'm going to take a higher low second entry long. And so thinking that we probably have a strong bull trend of some sort today. Do not copy my trades. Skipping the trap. Risk is quite large now. It's about 1, 2, 3 points of risk. Now we're underneath the 20 EMA. Risk is getting larger. Ends up giving a scalp on the trap trade. So maybe I was a little too hesitant. I was thinking that trap would have failed because I've seen lots of traps fail lately. But ends up being a nice scalp here. It comes back to the bottom trend. So we do have a break of trend to new high. Coming off a resistance underneath the 20 EMA. It's pretty prime for a reversal setup right there. That's a good trade. And very small risk. Very small risk right there. I just thought it was going to be a bear trap of some sort eventually. Just looking at the 5-minute chart, seeing how strong bullish it looks, felt like we could actually just continue to go up, and that could be a failed trap. I think my mind's on failed traps because we've had so many failed traps in the last, you know, couple weeks. I'm just like, you know, the traps used to be very reliable, and I think they still are, but certain market cycles, they are the death of you. But good trade. I mean, super small risk. Maybe I should just taken it and take the reversal if it did reverse. It would have been it would have made sense to do that. You know, just in case. Maybe a little too hesitant there, but break a trend, new high, coming off resistance, strong bear bars underneath the 20 MA. Just a prime setup for reversal. But I think on my previous experiences, I'm just like thinking, man, I've seen too many failed traps these days. I just don't trust it. But maybe we're kind of come back to regular price action here. Hitting the bottom of the trading range and the trading range indicator perfectly, as you can see. Bouncing off of it. High or low, second entry long. Also a H4 setup. 4 pushes down. You can see with the 4 here in the magenta box that this is a H4 setup. Am I looking for a second entry short here? Not really, just because the 5 minute is so strong. I might look for a trap to go long here. So fail second entry short in this area. You do have this trend line. You also have the 20 MA giving you reasons to take this short trade here. Risk is not that large either. Signal bar is not the best, but it's underneath the 20 MA, and we have this trend line plus 20 MA giving you reasons to go short. For me, I feel like overall, I think we have a bullish bias right now because of the higher time frames. Higher time frames just triggered a trap to the long side, 10,000 tick chart. 5 minute chart still very strong. I feel like the 5 minute needs one more leg up here at least. I'm looking for a failed second entry short here to go long. See if we get it. Market's not giving it to us though. Let's see if it gives it to us here. It'd be nice. I'll take it. I'll go long here because my bias is still bullish. Break a trend, or not break a trend. Second entry short above the 20 MA. Bearish bar. Hard to trade this bar here. This is the signal bar currently. I would need somewhat of retracement. Could be break a trend, looking for a new low here as well. Second entry short does work. Looking for a new low. To me, I thought this was trading range a little too small for a trading range here. Didn't think the new low would happen, but it's happening. Test, double bottom. Boy, oh boy. Guess we're gonna have a strong reversal. I thought we're gonna have a strong bull trend day today, but who knows? Could be very wrong here. Could have an opening reversal day actually now. Looking at this opening reversal, could end up being a strong bear trend. Right back at our trend line here. Two good trades, you could say, maybe. I mean, this I wouldn't call this a good trade. We're above the 20 MA doji bar. Looking for that new low though, makes sense. Coming after an H4 setup. Bottom of a trading range. Tricky. Tricky. I really thought we're going to have a strong move up. I mean, we could still have a bull trend day today, but with this move here, it's starting to look at least maybe a reversal or trading start to turn to the trading range. Like this leg down typically wouldn't happen on a strong bull trend. Trading range indicator and 10,000 tick chart, coming back to the bottom of it. Another leg down. This could be just a major trend reversal, opening reversal, and just, you know, it may never come back up here. Who knows? Am I looking for a reversal here? Or Or am I trying to continue this downtrend and go short? That is the question. Very hard to chart this. Are we in a downtrend or are we in turn to a trading range? You know what? I'll let you guys decide. Let's see here. If you saw a second entry short here, are you going to go short? Do you think this is a downtrend? Or a reversal spot? Strong bull bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars. Non-bear bars in a row. I say non-bear bars because there's one doji here. It's not really bullish or bearish. Would you take a second entry short here, pandas? I think I'll look for the reversal, to be honest. I mean, this is a second entry short, decent signal bar. Oh, I think I gotta take this reversal, pandas. Outside bar reversal. I don't like that. Oh man, ends up being decent. Almost makes a scalp. Skipping it. It's an outside bar reversal. It's a good entry in my opinion. And it makes sense with the break a trend to new low. Coming off the 240 SMA, right? You have a support here. I could have found an entry here as well. Does come back to that original entry point. Nice bull bar ending near its high. Darn it. I'm just missing all these traps. These traps are working beautifully today, so it's like opposites, kind of going back to regular. That's a good trade there. It's just outside bar reversal. Outside bar reversal. Didn't want the outside bar reversal. I think we're in an uptrend though. Coming back up here. Let's see if we can get a second entry long here. If I fail second entry short, trap. You can see with the magenta box. Big push up. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. I was waiting for that. You know, it just didn't seem, you know, this many bull bars. Didn't seem like a second entry short would have been good here. Ends up coming back down though, so maybe not an uptrend yet. You'd think at least multiple legs up, but trap triggers on the 10,000 tick chart instead. You see with this 3. Turtle toes up 4 points. Let's go, baby. Congratulations. Do we have news? Oh, do we have news? I don't. Oh, we do have small news today, I think. What is it? Actually, that might not be small. Consumer confidence happening at 10. Good call on that. See, this is why the chat is nice. Good call on that. We do have news at 10, and it could move pretty. It could be pretty volatile. By the way, that poll, a lot of you guys would have lost money on that trade since a lot of you guys would have gone short. It was pretty even, and that's how difficult it is sometimes when it comes to areas like this if you want to go short or long. News at 10, so I would be careful here. I'll probably set my pause until after the news. I do think now with this 10,000 tick chart, with the failed trap here and this trap's being successful, could have a downtrend. I'm not sure. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. Maybe at least test the bottom of this channel here. Maybe the previous day's low. Come back to it. Basically creating a trap on the daily chart. Pandas. You can see like some people are done within 30 minutes of trading, and it's really nice. It's really nice to be able to say that, like, hey, I'm done for today. 30 minutes of work. Made more money than I've ever made in anything else I've done. $9.58. 10 o'clock is news. Do I like this trap? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's too close to news. About 45 seconds left until at 10 o'clock. News just dropped. Consumer confidence report. Let's see. Trap triggered. Does give you a scalp to the downside. Pretty strong push down. Huh. Okay. Big push down. Maybe the consumers are not very confident at all. Huh. That trap ends up working out. We're just in a solid downtrend now. Second entry short. Ah, boy, hard to take a second short. The main reason being, again, 5-minute 20 EMA could be acting as support here. I mean, it's a strong push down, but yeah, I mean, it seems like downtrend at the moment. Not sure. Second entry short here. I would consider it, but this looks ugly right now. In fact, first entries are still making scalps. So no second entries for us yet. It's just difficult, you know. We had a strong move up, then we have a strong move back down. Essentially some sort of A top here. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. I know I haven't made any trades, but it's just tricky. I wasn't sure for an uptrend or downtrend, and now when we hit these trends, it's hard to find entries. All first entries. This is a second entry short here, but still it's like above the 20 MA doji bar. Hard for me to take, especially right after coming off a bounce like this, maybe thinking could reverse and have a strong uptrend. Now it's pretty clear we are in a downtrend, and no entries for us, you know. That's the thing. It's like if a trend is very clear, oftentimes traders just take first entries because how clear it is. But it's just what can you do? We trade two-legged pullback, so that's what we wait for. We don't chase. We don't have FOMO. You know, I don't care how long the trend is. I want a good setup so I can get a high probability trade here. That's what's important to me. I don't really care about the large moves either. The only thing that's annoying about it is that sometimes the large move is so strong that I just can't find an entry. I'm just staring at it. Consumer confidence is great, but home sales blew up. Makes sense. I mean, there's no way the rate of how fast homes, you know, the prices were increasing that, you know, people could catch up, you know. There's no way. You know, if ever the prices of homes exceed, you know, the wage increases, it just doesn't make sense. You know, how can it just surpass, you know, wages? How could people afford it? It doesn't make any sense. So whenever it starts to do that, you're starting to entering some sort of bubble. We're technically not in a recession yet. I thought that was kind of funny. I mean, we are, by every definition in the book, in a recession. But, you know, Jerome Powell's smart. You know, what can I say? He's smart. I think he's smarter than a lot of people give credit to him. You know, in a sense, Jerome Powell saying that we're not in a recession yet allows him to raise interest rates in a recession, which is crazy. You know, as long as he has a narrative like our economy is strong, our workforce is strong, I have no reason to release the pedal, right? You know, I can continue to put my, you know, the pedal to the metal, let's just say. And, you know, why not? Economy's great. Everything about it's terrible. But hey, we have a strong workforce. Yeah. I don't know if it's even a strong workforce, but that's what seems like it's happening. We do have a downtrend here, second entry short. It's getting really choppy here. So a little hesitant to take that, but we're underneath the 20 MA. Terrible signal bar. Might end up working out, but it's a second entry short and a downtrend. So
tick trap.
Trap about the trigger here, maybe. So it's like, Jerome Powell's a smart guy. I personally think raising interest rates makes sense, and he needs to do it. And him being able to say, like, give a little lie, say that we're not in a recession to save face, especially near midterms, it makes sense to me. Politically, it makes sense. Logically, it does not make any sense, but politically, I get it why they're doing it. Too choppy limit order market, just sitting on my pause. I'm gonna wait for this to resolve before entering trade. It's a lower high second entry short here. You can see, I don't have to even look at the chart. I could just look at the super signal. See, there's a red 2 waiting here. I know it's a lower high second entry short. So you guys wondering, how do I figure out like what kind of short it is, or second entry short or second entry long? The trade range indicator, or sorry, the two-legged pullback indicator. That's what it's for. So you don't have to count legs. It just tells you exactly where it is. Yeah, this is a fourth push up, second entry long, higher low. It's easy. I see a 4 here. It's also a Pikachu trade at the moment. Douglas Hill says everyone loses in high inflation. Hyperinflation, everyone loses for sure. High inflation, the lower class definitely suffers more. The upper class, they get hit a little bit. They just might not be able to buy their yacht. They may have to wait a year before they buy their yacht or private jet. But overall, their lives are unaffected. But us pandas here, us wee folk, lowly folk here, yeah, it hurts us. Second entry short, lower high ends up working out. This got way too choppy for me. I'm not entering any trades when it looks like this. It's a strong bear trend right now. It's a nice channel here working out. I know we're in a bear trend, and I missed this second entry short, but to me, when it starts to look like this, I just stay away from it. I have learned over the years that when it looks like this, though it works, it looks like it was a good trade, it's not a good trade. It is not a good trade to take. It is way too choppy, and anyone who says otherwise, I just simply don't think they have enough experience. If they said this is a good trade to take, this one here, I don't think so. Even though it does work out, quote unquote, work out for you, I don't think it's a good trade. At least with what we're doing. I mean, you can bank on the fact that this might break down. You can have a swing trade set up in such a way. That's fine. It depends on your style. But what we're doing, it's not a good trade. It's just way too choppy. We need a very high probability trades to have a positive or have an edge with the trader's equation. And that is not it right here. Too many overlapping bars. Limit order market. Reversal we're seeing at the bottom of this channel. Second entry long, failed trap here. It's a second entry short setting up again, but strong bull bars. Hard to take a short here. Maybe off the top of this trend line. I might go short. Here, a little risky to take a short here. Mainly because we have a failed trap here and reversing strong bull bar. Makes it more likely that this will fail to have a successful second entry short. Again, it can work out and you can take it, but for me, I'm going to wait till it hits this trend line here. Strong bull bar, terrible signal bar. Right, we're coming basically back into this trading range. Strong move up. I'd rather take it off this trend line here, to be honest. Second entry short. No, I'm not taking a short here. I cannot. I cannot take a short here. I cannot even take a long here as well. That's tough. That's tough. There was enough room to the 20 MA. The main reason being is because on the 5-minute chart, look how close we got to triggering a second push up. I was waiting for that to happen, so I didn't want to take a short here. But that made sense, right? Short off our trend line. I was eyeing it, but no, it got so close I thought I was going to trigger that second push up on the 5-minute. It got way too close. With a lower high, possibly looking for a second short here with lower high. I don't feel more confident. Also, we're way above 20 MA as well. I'll look for a lower high, second entry short here. Pandas. Trap trade to the long side. Ends up giving a scalp too close to the trend line here. Now we're clear above 20 MA. 20 MA is rising. As you can see, it's curling upwards. Could be indication we might be reversing here. It's a lower high, second entry short. Ooh, I don't know if I like it. We're above the 20 MA. 20 MA is curling up. It's off our trend line here. Signal bar is large as well. This is a difficult one to take for me. It really is. I like the context. I like where we're at. I like, the short here, but yeah, I'm gonna sit on my pause here. I'm gonna take the risk looking foolish to save money. It could be a really good trade here. It's just the risk is a little too large for me. I could take a retracement at this point. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, definitely don't want to go short anymore when it looks like this. Disappointing bar. If you're in this trade, you're sweating now, wondering why did I enter short here. 1, 2, 3 pushes up. Maybe a good opportunity to go short here with 3 failures upwards. Possibly. So if you went short here, you just got stopped out by 1 tick. 20 MA is curling up way too much for me to go short here, in my opinion. I'm still looking for that second leg up on the 5-minute chart. I think it's gonna trigger this first entry long. We got 3 failures up. Could be a good short trade here. You'd be sweating right now if you went short. Micro double top. If I was short here, I would say there's like a 99% chance I'm gonna lose this trade. If I was short here, that's how I feel right now. Yep, you just lost it, just broke the previous candle's high. Multiple failures to break out. Almost want to go short here because so many failures to break out here. But I'm going to be patient and wait for an actual good setup. Just gonna sit on my pause. Strong bull bar on the 5-minute chart most likely will trigger this first entry, like I mentioned. Most likely, but who knows? Who knows? Doesn't have to, but it's just very likely it will. To me, it's getting a little choppy anyways. Can't take a trade. See, it's just very confusing. If you took any of these shorts here, you got stopped out. You took this short, you got stopped out. Took that short, you got stopped out. Took this short, you actually made money. Getting really sideways, starting to get pretty choppy here. Whew. And it looks a little bit silly, but things like this can destroy accounts. Price action like this can destroy accounts. This is why I sit on my pause in these situations. Huh. I feel like we still have a high chance to trigger this first entry, right? A higher low, first entry. It's just a bounce off the 20 EMA. I feel like we have a high chance to trigger that. So, I mean, with a strong bull bar like this, but so I'm hesitant to go short anywhere right now. I want that to trigger first before even thinking about going short. I almost want to go long here at this point. Come back into this trading range, but 1, 2, 3 failures. It's just, I mean, large risk at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4-point risk for very small reward. I don't know if it's worth it. Coming back to the top of the trading range. You see the trading range indicator giving us the trading range here. We finally do trigger that 5-minute extra push up. And it's just, let's just say that price action was annoying. But when you start seeing annoyance, when you start to get annoyed by the price action, you just kind of sit on your pause. Just wait for the annoyance to pass by. Second entry short trigger or setting up on 10,000 tick chart. 2-legged pullback. A, B, C on the 10,000 tick. 5 minutes, just first leg up. This looks like a breaker trend to new high. I would trade maybe a lower high. I don't know. If I was convinced that we're in a strong downtrend, I mean, we're in a downtrend for sure. But it's starting to look like a reversal, maybe trading range. It is hard. I don't know if I want a lower high here. I think I'd be more interested in a trap trade, fail second entry long, essentially. Lower high. Second entry short may trigger on the 10,000 tick chart soon. Second entry short, 10,000 tick chart. Five-minute second entry short might trigger as well. Fail second entry long, I'll be interested in. A, B, C. Second entry long ends up having strong push up. Now, what can you do? I'd see break a trend new high, thinking we're going down, but instead this decides to push again. It's just difficult. Just difficult. I guess with this trend line alone would have been reason not to go short here. If you saw this trend line, you could have been using this maybe as a key area with the 20 MA. That could have been what was missing here in this scenario. I just saw this as a, because of how strong the downtrend was, I was just looking for a maybe reversal here. So I saw this break of trend to new high. That's how I saw it. Wasn't looking for this trend line here specifically, but been good if I did, because that might have prevented me, if this did somehow trigger, might have prevented me from going short there. Second entry short does trigger on a 10,000 tick chart, but above the 20 MA. Big push up. 10,000 tick chart actually traps. Fails second entry short. 10,000 tick chart might get a nice push up now. The 5-minute chart, we're still clearly above, and we could basically, this is maybe acting as a demand zone here. Strong bear bar, but basically if you were to draw like a candle with this price action, it's just a strong bull bar breakout, basically demand. Triggers on the outside bar, reversal on the 10,000 tick chart. It's hard. It's hard to know like what trend we're in, because we just had a strong downtrend. Right? We start with a strong uptrend. We just have a very strong downtrend, and now we're getting a reversal to get a strong uptrend. With the head and shoulders here, inverse head and shoulders pushing up. Just it's hard to. By the time you identify, it's like a little too late. And it's like when you see price action like this and it starts to go like this, I'm not excited to enter into these trades, to be honest. I would say I did miss this trend line, and so I was actually looking for a trap trade here rather than a strong move up, but you live and you learn. I say that's probably another good trade, but still getting choppy, so it's just difficult difficult. When you're reading this on live, it's just very difficult. I'm marking it because of hindsight bias. I don't know if it's really a good setup. Now, the reason why I'm saying it's good is because I see this trend line now that I missed. I could have drawn this trend line prior to this, and you know, so this is why I'm marking it, because I could have drawn it. I didn't have it on my chart. Amazing. The failed second entry short, that traps on the 10,000 tick chart. And I would say you should pay attention to this because that doesn't happen very often on 10,000 tick. As in, we may have a strong move down. That typically does not happen on 10,000 tick chart. The trap fails. 10,000 tick. If the trap fails, you should pay attention. Just on the 10,000 tick chart, as we saw here, when this trap failed, we saw a big move down. Successful trap. And just like this trap failed, this trap just failed here. What do I mean by this trap? I mean that we have a second entry short that fails, that trap traps because it was an outside bar reversal, so you can't really see it, but you can see with the price action here what happened, and now we're getting a strong move down. Of course, no entries for us. I'm thinking downtrend right now, and I need a good entry. Also, 4 pushes up, L4 setup, 240 SMA. Also, I think it's resistance. Could be first breaker trend as well. Might look for a new high. So this might not be the best spot to look for a short trade, to be honest. Free paper cuts asks, if you trade the MES, would you still use 2,000 tick or use a lower time frame? Typically a lower time frame. But you can also do an overlay. That's a nice thing. You can do an overlay, ES overlay. So you can get the price action of the ES, the tick chart on the ES, and trade on the micro. The only problem with that is sometimes, you know, the micro and the emini aren't perfectly matched. And sometimes you might, like, if you have like an order like kind of ready, it might trigger on the MES but not trigger on the ES. So could we look for a two-legged pullback to the downside? We could, but like I mentioned, this is a potential first break of trend. This means that we want a double top of some sort. Typically, we want a double top. So this is a risky trade. It can work, but typically we want some sort of double top here. We want to test this one time at least. I mean, double top could be here. This could be the double top. Could be a triple top. I mean, it could be any of those things, but this is second entry short. It does trigger. It's an outside bar reversal. It's not one I'm interested in. It's kind of ugly. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4 overlapping bars. So if you took that short, you're kind of sweating now because your signal bar, your stop is basically right up here. So you got a micro double top. Little scary, a little tricky. It's an outside bar reversal as well. Today's not the day for outside bar reversals. We have a second entry short may trigger here, and this is a little tricky because if I refresh my indicator, it'll disappear. The reason why is because outside bar reversal. This is actually 2 legs up so far. Oh, do I want the second entry short is the question. It's a large signal bar. I want a test up here. I just don't know if we're going to get it, but it makes sense to have a test, some sort of test here. And it's a little too early for a reversal. We want a test of some sort. So this is why when you go short, this is why you want that test. Because if you went short here, you just got stopped out big time. Even though it's a good signal bar, you're looking for a test here one more time. And once this test happens, then you can look for a short. But until then, it's just wowzers. Price action is getting wild. Two-legged pullback forming on the 5-minute chart here. A, B, C. Second entry long. 10,000 tick chart trap does trigger. That trap could be a good trap. Griff424 asks, why don't I have a VWAP on? I use a 20 EMA actually. Why don't I use a VWAP? I mean, price action is king. I use price action. I'm highly influenced by Al Brooks. I mean, VWAP, sure, it works, and you can create a strategy around it. This is not what we're doing here, though. Getting that double top that we're looking for.
5-minute trap.
And this is why oftentimes I do miss trades like this. This could have continued to go down, but I would miss that trade because I typically wait for some sort of retest. I don't feel confident until I see this retest. Trap does trigger. Could be a nice push up here. I wouldn't be surprised. Looking for that new high. All right. All right.
10,000 tick trap. 5-minute trap.
Potential trap on the 5-minute chart could trigger here. This trap could be nice. I mean, this could give us a nice launching point coming off of the demand zone as well. This could reignite the bull trend here. Second entry long. Outside bar reversal. Just watching this nonsense. Pikachu trade does trigger on the 5-minute chart. Could be a very good setup. Pandas. I mean, I don't have to say sorry for this, but yeah, I haven't gone into any trades. I'm pretty confused. I'm trying to catch the trend, and I'm trying to capture it. Big move up, big move up, big move up. I wish that was a second entry long, but hard for me to capture anything here. Huh. Huge push down. Interesting. Very strong push down. Very disappointing for those who thought this was going to be a strong bull trend. I mean, typically you look for a fail second entry long here. That's what you look for in this spot. Fail second entry long. That's what we're looking for. This could be here. It could look like this or like this. Doesn't really matter. Potential fail second entry long here. Feels like entry long. Do not copy my trades. I feel like this is gonna burn me. I really do. I might reverse it. I'm gonna do one reversal here, so I may take a double hit. And a strong bull bar. Never triggered. And it's typical where you look for the reversal spot. It's right here. It could still be considered a failure because if it reverses here, but not interested anymore. If I had to tell you, let me ask you guys what you guys think. What do you think today's gonna end up being coming? I usually ask this before the market opens, but now, since we have actually a lot of price action, what do you think this is going to end up becoming at the end of the day, ultimately? You know, when you look at the 10,000 tick, clearly above the 20 MA with the trap triggering here. The 5-minute chart, trap triggering here, maybe some follow through now, but above the 20 MA coming off this demand. You know, from that, I mean, from the 2000 tick chart, we have a strong bull trend, opening reversal, strong bear move, and now we're kind of reversing again. That might be indicative of a trading range type day, but it could potentially turn into a bull or bear trend, perhaps. Why did I cancel this trade? Because it was no longer a trap to me. The moment we broke above the previous pivot high. Big push up.
Five-minute trap.
There we go. Could be the beginning of an uptrend, potentially here.
5-minute trap.
I was thinking about taking that trap here to go long. I was really thinking about this trap. Risk was not too large either. I just didn't like the fact that it will be a breakout spot. I actually don't like trading near breakout spots because breakout spots oftentimes trick you. And I don't like to trade a breakout actually. Even though it's a strong move up, I think it clearly shows that this was like an actual trap. A lot of people try to go short here thinking it's trading range, but may have missed the fact that on the 5-minute chart we're still pretty bullish here. 10,000 tick chart also turning bullish. Give me my second entry long, I'll take it. I want a second entry long here. Pandas, do not copy my trades. A, B, C. I feel like finally we have maybe a trend. I just like an entry if I can get it. This could also be a wedge starting to form here. 3 pushes up. Give me my second entry long. I'll take it. Market's being very stingy. Only first entries. Not giving me an entry here with my second entry long. Unfortunately. It is what it is. Man, I didn't know today was going to be a flat day. I really wanted to put a trade in. It's hard though. The entries are not there, right? And this is actually a second entry long, higher low, and this one fails. So when it does happen, well, actually you'd be okay because your stop loss would be here, so eventually you'd hit it. But yeah. I see. This probably break a trend new low here. Reversal setup. Big strong move up. With hindsight bias, that's very easy to see. Otherwise, very difficult at the time. I want one trade, please. Just one trade, please. I'm taking any second entry long here at this point. Yeah, there's no second entries here. No second entries. You can do optical. No, technical ones at least. This is an optical second entry long. 2 pushes down. You can see it with the movement of the candles. Give it to me. Give me a second entry long. I'll take it. If this setup doesn't happen, or if it looks ugly, that's it. That's it. That's it for today. Putting a pull up. If you see second entry long here, would you take it? A, B, C off the 20 MA. Getting very choppy, but that's kind of works for your favor if you're trying to go long and you're down here because you're thinking about come back into this chop. So you don't mind this chop because you're not trying to trade a chop. You're not trying to trade it up here. You're trying to trade it down here, which will potentially bring it back into the chop, which is what you want. But you don't want to trigger anything that will have to trigger above the chop. So this second entry long here, if it does trigger here, I'm skipping it and we're moving on. Too choppy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 overlapping bars in a row. Not interested in that. I want to be closer to 20 MA. I want some room so I can come back into the chop with my trade for a failed breakdown. We may be getting entry here finally. Large signal bar. 1, 2, 3. Basically 4 points risk here. If you take this. Nope. Not interested. Risk is too large. Creating an inside bar here. Market double bottom. Pushes further down. Signal bar is even worse now. Gonna go long here. Signal bar is small. Doji bar. Doji bar, eh? I don't know if I want that. in distress. I like this entry bar. I liked how bullish it was with the retracement, thinking come back in here. I liked the entry bar. I liked how it was a strong bull bar ending near its high. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Easy peasy, easy money. I mean, it's already reversing. I mean, I just got a scalp out of that second entry long. It was tricky. I didn't like the doji bar here. I didn't like the fact that we could have come back to the trend line. I didn't like a lot of things about it, so it made me hesitate. But when I saw the strong bull bar ending on its high, I figured maybe that's a little more reason to go long. So ends up working out. Ends up triggering this trap, and this trap might fail. It might be a higher low. The higher low second entry long might be a better trade here, actually. So for those who are looking for a long trade, you could maybe find your entry here. But pandas. With that being said, wow. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow at 9 o'clock pre-market show. 9:15 for the mainstream. And trade safe, everyone. I mean, we can have a strong bull trend day today. It could be possible. Or just trading range. I mean, really anything goes at this point. It's hard to say. But pandas, trade safe, stick to the plan. And you'll see some bamboo. So finally got some bamboo today. That's for you guys. As always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.